Happy Fragrant Friday, Fraghead. Hey everybody, this is Ben here at That Cologne Guy, coming at you with a new review in a new venue. Okay? I almost didn't get the episode in this week, but I was able to squeeze it in to ensure that I bring you new content every single Friday. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. Hope you have a wonderful weekend, and of course, happy Fragrant Friday. This is another fun one. You've seen the title and the description, so you know I am checking out none other than Black XS by Paco Rabanne. And you can see the 20, this is over 20 samples that Dr. Goo has sent me, and make sure I will tag him, and you can head over to Locked Scents and check him out. He was nice enough to send me a whole bunch of samples. This is one of them, and this is another one, just like last week, that I actually requested specifically, because here's the thing about Black XS by Paco Rabanne. A lot of people over the years have told me that based on what I like, this would be a perfect scent. So I always wanted to try it. I've never had a bottle, never tried it, never smelled it. And this week was my time. This is a 2005 release, folks. So this is 20 years ago that it was released. In fact, this episode is celebrating the 20th anniversary of Black XS. This is a 2005 release. As I said, it's an Oriental Woody. And again, that's why you subscribe to the channel. Because you wait with bated breath to hear the word Woody. It's an Oriental Woody. This one is composed by three noses or parfumés: Olivier Cresp, Rosendo Mateo, and Christian Dussolier. Dussolier. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. I have reviewed fragrances by Olivier Cresp, but not the other two to my knowledge. And so, this is exciting. This one here is one of those proverbial game changers. In fact, it was very difficult to give a rating because oftentimes when you give a rating on something that changed the industry, so to speak, yet everyone copies it, oftentimes when you go back to something like this, it's hard to give it, a wonderful review because there are so many fragrances that smell like it now. But I'm going to pay homage to the 2005 Game Changer. This one kind of flies under the radar too for a lot of people, actually. When people think of Rabanne, they think of 1 Million, Invictus, but this guy here kind of flies under the radar. It is a compliment getter, especially if you like the sweet ones like I do. In the opening, you get lemon and sage, a lot of lemon. In the mid, you get praline, cinnamon, Tolu balsam, which is a new one, Tolu balsam, Tolu balsam, along with black cardamom. So not cardamom, but black cardamom. And then in the base, you get patchouli, Brazilian rosewood, and black amber. So I won't say what my rating is yet, but I will say that I had to consider the fact that there are a lot of unique notes here, and the combination, if you want to know what it smells like, though, it's definitely a lemon sage praline with a dash of cinnamon in it, to me, and some patchouli too. You can pick up all the notes, but it smells kind of like a lemon praline, gourmand, quite frankly. It's very original, and it's definitely sweet, and of course I like the sweet ones, so this one was right up my alley. So those are the notes. Now, as far as projection, longevity, and sillage, the projection was just okay, but I'm going to give it a little bit of a pass because I think, with the sample, the atomizer, there wasn't a ton of juice. I'm going to say that I'm going to give it a little bit of a free pass because I felt like I got more closer to like 5 to 7 hours, and I really struggled to get to the finish line of 8. I'm going to say 5 to 7, but I'm going to put an asterisk next to that, because I feel like if I had a full bottle with the atomizer, I think it would emit more, and I think I probably would move it up to the 8-hour mark. So I'm going to give a little bit of a pass. Now, on the projection, that's the longevity projection, so 3 feet or 1 meter from the body, you're looking at a solid 3 to 5 hours, and if you just spray more, you'll just get longer. So this is another great clubbing, compliment-getting fragrance that a lot of frag heads really hate, which something I'll never really understand, why people don't like popular ones, but anyway, I do. If I like it, I like what I like. So, and then the sillage, of course, the scent bubble or scent trail would be another one that's going to last around 3 to 5 hours, where you're walking past people, that you'll get comments. Small areas, things like that. I don't know that this is necessarily a work scent. This is more of a sexy, compliment garnering fragrance for guys. So this is probably better suited for the nighttime and not the workplace. But here I am living the dream. So this one, and as you can see, I am dry as a bone. This one was a lot of fun to wear. So longevity, projection, and sillage were quite good. I was a little bit disappointed with longevity, but I'm gonna go on the fact that it probably would be better if I had a full bottle. You can speak to that if you've had it before. Please let us know in comments. Now, when it comes to gender, this one to me is definitely, it's a sweet one. It's for men. And so I will definitely say that this one is another one of those like 2/3 mix. So I'll say it's for people who had it, who wore it, who had it in their collection. It's a signature scent. I'm going to say 66% will be men and 34% will be women. I do think a woman could pull this off. Especially with the praline, the lemon, Brazilian rosewood. It's a unisex fragrance, but leans masculine to me. I just think this works better on a guy. And I think this is another one of those fragrances that's going to be super, super, super popular from women buying this fragrance for their man. Okay, now, age group, this one is, I'm probably not the target audience for this, but then again, 20 years after its release, maybe I am. This one is definitely suited for the 20s. This is more of a clubbing scent. A lot of people don't like the Paco Rabanne house because they feel like it's definitely more of a youthful, sexy club-going fragrance. I don't understand any of that because they just smell great, so who cares? This one's another one. It's probably best suited for the bros in their 20s, but hey, especially if you want to reminisce a little bit and take a walk down memory lane, it wouldn't be bad to have this in your collection. So we'll go 20 and up on this one, and okay, 18 and up. How's that? Just to include the college guys. So 18 and up on age, and then for the season, I feel like this one's another one that is good for spring. But it's also good for the summer. I don't know that I would reach for this necessarily associated with the winter. So it's kind of like a spring, summer, fall. But maybe the heart of winter, it's probably just got too much sweetness and pop to it with the lemon and the sage. But that's only if you're a seasons person. For example, actually, this would work well for me because for 3 seasons I could see myself rocking this. And then today, my scent of the day is Homme Parfum by Costume National. One of my favorite fragrances of all time, actually. I really, really enjoy that, especially now that we're in the colder temperatures. So you could wear this for 3 seasons and then break out something like Encre Noir or Homme Parfum by Costume National for the colder temperatures, something like that. That said, a lot of you guys just say, hey, whatever, if I like it, I like it, I just wear it year-round. This is another fragrance that would be great to have as a 1 bottle a year type, if and only if you like sweet fragrances, because the praline really does is the main player here, in my estimation. So that's the season. We've done the age. We've done the gender. Now let's look at event. Yeah, again, this one is a nighttime playful fragrance. This is something closer to the happy hours, the clubbing, the going out, the first date, any date, etc. And I don't know that I would wear it necessarily or associate it with the workplace. But that being said, this is all just relative. Okay, so let's get to the rating itself, shall we? I really struggled with this one because I strongly feel that it's a 4 out of 5 in my 5 spray rating system. I feel like this is a 4 spray fragrance, but I have to give it props for being kind of part of the vanguard of the early 2000s that really moved men's fragrances into a lot of sweetness. And so because of that, and because it has so many unique notes, Tolu balsam, black cardamom, Brazilian rosewood, I've seen that one before, but it's still relatively unique, and then black amber. I just feel like I'm going to bump it to a 5 because of that. So this one is really like a 4.4999 but I'm going to barely bump it to a 4 or 5, and I don't do half sprays, so I will round up for this one. This is a come from behind victory. Probably deserves a 4. I think you'll see most reviewers give this kind of they're going to say it's not original enough, and they're going to give it a kind of a meh in the middle kind of rating. I think it's great, actually. I really enjoy it. And if it were that average, why would so many fragrances and so many houses copy this one in so many ways? So we have to pay props, and we have to pay homage to Black XS. Flies under the radar. It deserved more love, actually. And here we are celebrating its 20th anniversary. So I'm going to give it a 5 out of 5 spray in my 5 spray rating system, and I will spray them on me, but these are faux sprays. I even tried right before I hit record. We are dry as a bone, so much so that today, again, I'm wearing a different fragrance, as I said. One on each side of the neck, one on each wrist, and one right on the shirt. And boom. All right, there you have it, a walk down memory lane. I'm so glad that I had Dr. Goo include this one. Thank you very much for sending it. And it was a lot of fun to wear something that has so much pop to it. To me, it's the lemon and the praline that really just jump out. And this one has a lot of personality to me, so I really, really enjoyed it. So there you have it, 5 out of 5 for this 2005 release by Paco Rabanne. And let me know what your scent of the day is. I already told you mine is Homme Parfum by Costume National. Let me know if you have anything to say about Black XS. I would love to hear it. And of course, let me know your scent of the day or scent of the week, or any other really sweet fragrance that you like. How's that? Because I like the sweet ones. So there's nothing else left for me to do but say, always remember, my friends, fragrance marks the celebration of today. Take care, everybody. Okay, so welcome to the bonus feature. I just couldn't resist checking on Fragrantica on the seasons because I still feel that this is a spring, summer, fall fragrance, and I wouldn't associate this necessarily with the winter. And I've been clearly outvoted because most of you on Fragrantica voted to say that it is a fall, winter, spring fragrance. Definitely winter and not so much for the summer. So, there you have it. You guys have spoken. I do differ with the masses here. I'm not going to change my opinion, but evidently the praline and the cinnamon, the warm spices, sage is another one that's going to gear people towards the heart of winter, the colder climates. So there you have it. Let me know if you do associate this fragrance with a particular season, and thanks for sticking around. I'll see you next week. Take care.